Data from the National Energy Administration reveals that China is making strides in clean energy, with more than half of the world's new wind and solar capacity coming from the country as of 2023. Behind the achievement is a sweeping wave of clean energy projects spreading across the country. In last episode, we looked at the rising awareness of clean energy in the country. Today, we are turning our attention to those people who are making strenuous efforts to build the foundation of a clean energy system. I am Zhang Tao. China's dual carbon goals, meaning peaking carbon emissions by 2030 and reaching carbon neutrality by 2060, have set a clear and urgent timeline for energy transition. In cities like Shanghai and Changzhou, a quiet green energy revolution is already underway.
像上海的这个几个海上风电的这个项目。
Offshore wind projects in Shanghai have begun to provide cheaper electricity.
The fishery solar project generates enough power every year for 80,000 residents.
Our company has developed seawater electrolysis systems for hydrogen production. We are the only firm in the world capable of commercial manufacturing.
These projects didn't happen overnight.
We had no experience at all for offshore wind construction. Everything, from designing to turbine selection, had to be figured out from nothing.
Xu Zhe, site manager of Donghai Bridge offshore wind farm, the first of its kind in Asia, witnessed the industry's evolution from day one.
Back then, we didn't even have transport or installation vessels. We had to design them ourselves. To adapt to the soft seabed, we developed high pile foundations techniques that became foundational for future projects.
In just over a decade, China emerged as a global leader in large-capacity offshore wind turbines. Following the launch of the Donghai project, provinces like Jiangsu, Fujian, and Guangdong have rolled out even more ambitious offshore wind farms. Industry insider Ma Jun explained that, much like wind power, the distribution of clean energy resources varies across regions, so development must be tailored to local conditions.
Many of these resources are located in remote or hard-to-reach areas, such as offshore, even in deep or open seas, or on high plateaus, where wind conditions are ideal, but far from consumption centers. That makes efficient utilization difficult and transmission costs very high.
Still, great efforts are made to bring clean energy closer to where people live. In Lujia Township, Changzhou, a fishery solar hybrid project has been developed through collaboration between a state-owned energy company and the local aquaculture business. Dai Fei, an executive at Jiangsu's North Arc Agricultural Technology, oversees the aquaculture side of the operation.
We make standardized ponds for specific species like crabs and turtles, then customize the solar arrays. Solar and aquaculture don't just coexist, they support each other. The key is keeping agriculture at the core. That ensures sustainability and integration with the local economy.
Sustainability lies at the heart of these projects. Early on, many of them relied on government subsidies. Today, some, like Donghai, are profitable on their own.
Offshore wind is now mature. The phasing out of government subsidies shows how far we've come.
Thanks to advances in technology, many clean energy projects have seen their maintenance operations become increasingly automated.
像我们日常的内容的话，
Jia Shizhong, head of maintenance at Donghai, reflects on how the work has evolved.
就远程去监控我风机的一个运行状态。
Now we monitor most systems remotely, but during typhoons or when severe and hazardous weather strikes, we still go offshore for hands-on inspections. Many of us have been here since day one. We know each turbine inside and out.
然后我们是最熟悉的。
In 2024, wind and solar power made up 80% of China's new power installations, and more than half of that came from solar energy, according to China Power Supply and Demand Analysis Report. 10 years ago, wind and solar power were much more expensive. Today, wind is over 60% cheaper, and solar is more than 80% cheaper. That's largely because China has built so many wind farms and solar panels. Beyond wind and solar power, China has also made notable progress in other clean energy sectors, such as hydrogen energy, although it's a late entrant in the sector compared to countries like Japan. Hydrogen, a clean and efficient secondary energy source, can power vehicles and industries, while also act as long-term energy storage. Currently, hydrogen energy contributes only around 0.1% to China's total energy mix. However, it plays an outsized strategic role in decarbonizing sectors that are difficult to electrify, such as heavy industry, shipping, and long-haul trucking.
我们初期是规划了1000亩地的一个区域。
Chen Danlei is director of New Energy Division at the Investment Promotion Bureau of Shitaihu Industrial Park in Changzhou.
缺场地的我就给他场地，缺这个资金的。
If companies need land, we provide land. If they need capital, we have programs like the Talent Plan and Longchen Elite Program to help fund their work.
创企业的一些开办资金的这种困境。
The industrial park covers more than 1,000 acres and hosts many hydrogen energy-related companies. One of them is Link Fiber Technology, which produces carbon paper, a critical material in hydrogen fuel cells.
它主要是以一些碳纤维为基础。
Shi Xuedong from the company said it's been a challenge to reduce reliance on imported components.
我们现在国科生产的碳纸是在国内唯一一家。
We are the only domestic company to scale carbon paper from lab to mass production. Our products cost just 1/10 of their foreign alternatives.
它的1/10。
海水制氢装备，我们就叫海水电解槽。
Zhang Yang, an executive from another hydrogen energy company, described a breakthrough in seawater electrolysis.
这套系统呢是可以实现。This system produces hydrogen directly from seawater without desalination. It's the first of its kind to be industrialized anywhere in the world.
As clean energy expands, so does the need for storage. Energy storage captures excess electricity during low demand hours and releases it during peak times, stabilizing the grid. Today, China still relies heavily on pumped hydro, which makes up 90% of its storage capacity. But newer technologies like electrochemical and compressed air storage are gaining traction.
像这种我们金潭地区，它这个盐的纯度比较高。
Pang Libo works at Jintan Salt Cavern Energy Storage Project in Changzhou.
The salt cavern was originally a geological hazard. Now it stores compressed air for energy without using any fossil fuels during the process. We're also using abandoned mines, tunnels, and pipelines to create new energy storage systems. It opens up huge possibilities.
By the end of 2024, China's installed capacity of renewable energy surpassed coal for the first time. Today, the country operates the world's largest clean electricity system, laying the foundation for a full economic transition.
那接下来，这个东海
We plan to integrate solar into offshore wind zones to create a hybrid energy system.
Our next steps involve drones, unmanned boats, and AI-based solar power maintenance.
通过上下游产业链各家企业的共同努力。
If the entire supply chain works together to lower costs, we will accelerate global carbon neutrality.
Earlier this year, the international think tank AMBER released its Global Electricity Review 2025. For the first time, clean electricity has made up over 40% of the world's power generation. China alone has contributed more than half of this growth. Behind this transformation are engineers, scientists, and frontline workers who work quietly to turn sunlight and wind into energy. In our next episode, we will explore further and talk about the major obstacles that we must overcome to advance sustainable energy solutions. Join us in episode 3 of this program, Confronting the Challenges of Clean Energy Transition. Until then, goodbye.